that how to install and how to create emulator and what is an emulator. Okay, so first of all, let me create a project uh, um, by clicking create a new project. Okay, then you know that we have several options here, and even in the templates we have several options. But for beginners, to be a very simple interface and to easy to learn, we will select the totally empty activity. Okay, empty activity means that there is no pre code there. If you start any one of these, you see here for this one there will be a lot of code related to the maps. Okay, the and similarly for all other templates, but this one is the empty one, uh, which has very minimal text, so it's easy to understand. Okay, exactly like previous time. Here I will give a name to this project. So whatever name you want to give, you can give. For example, I will give create emulator. Oh, why it is like this? Uh, Create emulator. Okay, I hope you already know and you remember. And if any one of you are new to today class, then I will quickly explain once again that this will be the package name. What is a package name? Package name is a unique name for this project or this application that we are building. And why we need this unique name? Because uh, in a Google Play Store and even inside our mobile, when we install any app, then the app should be uniquely identified from other apps. Or in other words, how to classify and how to recognize one app among other apps. Okay, so for this purpose we need a unique package, and actually it is in all digital devices. It is a common behavior. For example, if you try in a one folder in your computer to create two files with the same name, computer will not allow you. So because why, later on, if there are two same names, same type of file, and if you opening one, how computer will decide that which one uh, should come, the computer should open which one? Meaning to say, all digital devices, exactly like your mobile number is unique. So even in our social society also, we need uniqueness. Every, from the nature also, even every human is unique, every human being is unique. So again, in our social society, to uniquely identify every human being, we have an ID number which is unique, which will never repeat. Okay, so the same applies on this package name also. To uniquely identify this app in Google Play Store and inside our mobile. This will be the location where this project will be stored. It's up to you. If you want to change, you can change by clicking this folder option. And the language, we are using Java. This one is the minimum SDK. Minimum SDK means that uh, this this app that we are going to create should be installed or on how many devices or should be installed, because here is talking about minimum, should be installed or on which lower device. So to how much lower device to you want that this application should be installed. So we are specifying here a minimum, not maximum. The new mobile, the new operating system, okay, we don't worry about that. We are specifying the lower limit, not the upper limit. Okay, so and mostly this is about like like a marketing strategy, you want to reach to how many users. I hope it should not be a problem. Otherwise you can click this one and you can see the details of this again. Okay, so let's go through, click finish. Okay, so my project loaded already. So today I want to start from emulator, and I want to introduce you to emulator. First of all, what is an emulator? Okay, let me quickly show you. You see this is an emulator. So actually, what is it? Emulator is a software, not the point. It is a software. It is not a physical hardware device inside the Android Studio. No, all of you know it is a software, but it provides us the opportunity to test the projects, the apps on this virtual device if we don't want to install and test every app on physical device. I am repeating once again. So if we don't want to install and test, and especially during the development time or especially during the learning time, we don't want to install every application, every project on physical device. Okay, then this virtual device provide us the facility to test the app, to see its functionality, and to see its user interface, everything. And you see it's 100% looks like a mobile, and it actually has all the facilities, all the properties exactly like a mobile. For example, if you click, you see all the mobiles are and all the mobile properties are there. You will feel like exactly a hardware device. Okay, so how to, there are two steps to get this device. First of all, one step, it must be installed. So installation is one process, and its creation is another process. Installation plus creation. So how to make sure that you have already installed this emulator? So to know and to make sure that this is installed, then you go to tools menu. Okay, tools. Okay, and after that SDK manager. Okay, and in SDK manager, under this system setting, you see here under the system setting. Okay, and then the Android Studio Android SDK, we will click the SDK tools. Okay, you see there are three tabs. One is SDK platform, one is SDK tools. So SDK tools means that what are the basic tools which we have already installed. So if you see here, we have installed this one, and you see here this, especially this one, the most important, and our focus today is this one. You see the emulator, and here if you see in my case it is written install. So from here you will just make sure that your emulator is installed or not. Actually, there is one option when we were installing the SDK at the beginning, that emulator should also be installed. So maybe if you have missed that one, you can still install. For example, in your case, if it is not installed, it is like the other component. If there is not installed in front of emulator, then what you will do, you check the checkbox. Okay, and after then click apply and okay, then the Android Studio will install it. So this is the way how to know that you have installed or not. And another step, if you have not installed, you can install. Okay, so this is the installation process of virtual device or emulator. Next step, if we have already installed emulator, Then we need to create, so it means, you see, we have installed the software in inside our Android Studio. We have not created the virtual device yet, because you know the virtual device representing a mobile. So there are many specifications what type of virtual device you want. Okay, so to create a virtual device, let's go to Tools menu and then click AVD Manager. AVD stands for Android Virtual Device. So AVD Manager. You will click this one, and you see, if you have not created yet, then this window will be empty in your case. I have created one. This is why it one is available in my case, you see, and it is ready to start. Okay, all the properties are given here. So in my case, I have created one. In your case, this window may be empty and you have not created one. Then what you will have to do, you will click this create virtual device button. So once you create this one, you will get this window. So you see here on the very left column, there are categories, meaning to say you want emulator for TV, or you want emulator for phone, or for watches, smart watches, or tablet, or automotive. You see, the emulator is that much advanced software that it can emulate, it can show all these devices. But our target is phone. Then once you select phone, you see, if you select the others, you will get different options. So our target is phone. Then inside the phone, you see, you have again many options. What are these options? These options are about different phone. For example, you want the emulator to look like what type of phone. For example, Pixel X, okay, Pixel 4X, all these I have created mine as a Pixel 2. Okay, so next is one, and so on. You see, all these are even you can import another hardware profile if you want. Okay, or you can create a new hardware of your own style. But okay, let's suppose we want to create Pixel 3. Okay, Pixel 3. Then you see the on the right side, all the properties are given, that the size of this emulator will be how much, width, length, and even its pixel density, everything. Okay, then click next. Okay, after that, you see, once you select, now we need to download that one. Okay, so if the system image, this one I have already installed. This is why it was not clicking. So if I want the next one, so you see, I will click, let's suppose this one. So this will be downloaded. It needs again internet, so it will be downloaded, and you see it's quite big, 1.1 GB. We already downloaded, you see, this system image now. Then click next. Okay, the emulator should be in portrait or landscape. Okay, and here you can give a name to this emulator if you want it. The default name will be given like Pixel 3 and API 29. But here you can change that this should, you see, it should use a hardware. If you have a hardware graphic card, or it should not use a hardware, it should be totally based on software. It should be automatic, meaning to say the system will automatically decide if there is a hardware, so it will use hardware to quickly run and quickly load. And if there is no hardware device, a hardware graphic card, then it will totally based on software. So enable the device frame, everything. Okay, if you go to for the advanced setting, but I will recommend you just go with the default configuration, and then click. finish. After that, the virtual device will be created, and the second step will be to, yeah, you see now we got two. This, so you will click on this run button, then it will start. Okay, you see here starting AVD. You see the virtual device will be started, and started means that when we run, you see here, that when we test any project, then it will be loaded automatically and it will show the output. Again, if you want to modify some of its properties, you can click this edit button, and after that you see it will again bring you back to the same dialog box. You can change its name, its properties, and so on. You can do that one. Okay, so this is the way how to install AVD, Android virtual device. It is also called emulator, and how to create and how to start. You will start the emulator. So to run emulator inside Android Studio, like in my case, I'm repeating for you once again that you will go to setting, files, setting, and then in setting tools, and then inside the tools you will go to click emulator in case of Windows computer. And if you are using Mac OS, then you will click Android Studio, and then preferences, and then tools, and then you will select emulator. So in any case, if you are on Mac OS, or if you are on Windows computer, so when you reach to the emulator level, like you see here and here, then you will select launch in the tool window, and then click OK. Select launch in a tool window. So you see it will launch in a tool window. Your tool window means this one, that here on the right side it open and closes. So how to do this, let me show you. In Windows computer, go to file menu, and then go to setting. Yeah, this setting, and once you get setting, then here in the tools, you see here in the tools, you will select emulator. Okay, setting, and then under the tools select emulator, and then you will check this checkbox launch in a tool window. So if you see, if I remove this one, then my one will not display anymore there. But I don't want to do this, it will become hang again. So let's continue. In your case, okay, so how to get the emulator in a tool window, I am repeating quickly once again. First of all, you need to update your Android Studio. If your Android Studio is not updated to the 4.1.3 version, then you cannot get this update, because this is only provided in the new update. Okay, once you update your Android Studio, then on Windows computer or a Windows laptop, you will go to file menu, and then setting, and inside a setting emulator option, and then check this one, and then click OK. Then once you do that one, you will get emulator here. Okay, now this is the option that we got emulator already here. Now, what's the role of emulator? As I told you, that emulator is a software. It helps us to test the application that what we have developed, and to see the functionality, and to see the user interface. It's almost looks like a computer, like a physical mobile device, but again not the point. It is just emulator, it is virtual device. Okay, there will be again differences in actual device and in this emulator show, meaning to say the app which display on the emulator, it may be different when you install on real device. So the point is that if when you are developing a real application, and the real application if you are publishing to the public, then you must check the app by physical devices, and maybe through several physical devices. Okay, don't trust too much on emulator is just for learning purpose and just for quickly checking purpose. Okay, now as you know that every application has two faces. One is the user interface, like you see, if I click the main.xml, okay, so this is the user interface of our application. It is a totally empty view, and it has only one hello world view, and behind this user interface is the coding, and the coding is the Java code. So meaning to say we have two components: XML component for designing the user interface, and for its functionality behind this will be a Java code. Okay, so if we want to see the the output of this project until now, then you can go to run menu. I will break this down. Yeah, you can go to run menu also. You see here, run, and click run the app, and the same option is available here in this uh, toolbox. Okay, and from here, if you have different virtual devices, or maybe if you have a real mm, mm, mobile connected to the system, then you will get all the options here. So which one you want to run? So let's suppose Pixel 3, okay, or Pixel, yeah, I think it should be the same. I should not change it, it will hang again. So then just click this run button, and then the project will start running. Let's done now. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you see here finally that it will run, and if no problem, no issue, then you see here we can see the hello world. And if there is any what type of user interface you have designed, you will see here everything. Okay, so to stop the running process, the running, then you need to click the this red icon,